Oh, that's not good. Even your Roomba's bisexual. Are those pants hanging from the chandelier? It's brave to have that art of yourself in your own house. Brilliantly disorienting introduction to that pose. Genuinely could not tell which way was up for a while. We move and we interact with left click. Got it. Oh. I have awakened. My little babies don't know how expensive they are. They take after their daddy. Am I expensive? Looks just like the real thing. Well, my art career is over. Let's turn that down slightly. Not you. Let's just go ahead and chill out a little bit. See if that helps. So we're definitely in a big future sci-fi utopia looking location. I don't know how they get away with those stacked floors like that. Pavonis. Holy pride of Mars. Never get tired of this view. Just ignoring this phone call for as long as possible. That's a lot of different drinks you've not finished, or those are the colors of the bottoms of those cups. Some kind of safe down here? What do these do? Ah, the blinds. Got it. Hello? Uh-huh. Is this motivation? This is motivation? Any day now. Any day now you'll be the size of the taxi driver from Zootopia. Aw. Oh, the family, the pride. Whoa, right click. Nope. Ignoring that still. Don't pay attention to that. Oh, I was trying to look at the picture. Oh, look what I found. Definitely not leaving without my key card. Don't want to get pulled over again. Ah, you can click on it separately to then pick it up, which is important. Can I zoom in? Z. Oh, look at all the little bespoke arts. I had more rainbow than clothes on. What a day. Wish I knew what became of those boxers. Pride 2180, so it's at least that far in the future. Or a future. We are a bisexual trans lion. What the... Oh! Got it. That's cereal. At first, when I saw it earlier, I thought it was a magazine. That's quite... better people than me have tried this cereal and failed. What does that mean? Wait, what does that mean? There's always the hang in there motivation poster. Oh, that's the Roomba platform. Okay, fine. Not the pizza left out. My breakfast of champions. Thank you, past me. Put your pizza. Oh my god, it's huge. I love him like my own child. Hell, he cleans under the toilet seat. I love him more.
Roboshow, where the hell are you?
Director,
I've got a call from our new Earther transfer. She's very confused why no one has come to pick her up from the T-port.
You better tell me you're on your way. Hang up. So you can say that you're about to leave, or you can lie and say you're already on your way there, which might make things worse by accelerating the expectations. Maybe it's best to let them down now, so that I can't be late twice. I'm already late once. I'm late once now. I can be late twice if I imply that I'll be there again. I'm about to leave. I'm just leaving my flat.
Not in your pajamas, I hope.
No, of course not. Why would I ever? Dax looks down at his phone for the first time since he picked up. It's a video call. Uh-huh. Well, good thing you didn't lie then. Okay, so just might have been a stretch. Drag your tail to the T-port and back to my office right this instant. You can beg for me to fire you later. Your wish is my command, boss. Dial tone. She hung up. A new partner. Exactly what I was trying to forget all weekend. And sounds like you did, successfully. Great. The boss is just going to use this as another excuse for why I need a babysitter. I can do my job more than fine on my own, thank you very much. Who even video calls their workers anymore? This is power abuse, and I'm nobody's chauffeur. After briefly pondering the many times he's been late to work in the last month, Dax looks around his room. Why is my phone narrating at me my own thoughts? The future's crazy. I better find my clothes before she calls again. Could I have already found my clothes beforehand, I wonder? And just didn't find that? Ah. Does the objective thing show interactive spots? There you go. Oh, that's an interesting way of doing it. Oh, there's my clothes. Got it. Hey, who left my pants up there? Wow. It's just so inspiring. I could look forever. What was that? A speaker. That makes sense. What did I miss around here? The sink. Wash the dishes, make a new pile. Wash the dishes, make a new pile. I feel like the Greek dude with the rock. Look, that Greek dude was horny for that rock. What's this? Great party. Thanks for the pizza. Sorry for the Who's writing with their hands in early phone leet speak, which not even people don't even type that way anymore now. Uh-huh. Nice view, eh? I've always thought that the bloody lip has a certain je ne sais croissant. Oh, is there a bloody lip? Is this aspirational? In a world where people are already furries, they draw fursona art. They get fursona art anyway that's like, this is my ideal form, and then you put it up in your own room. Maxi, but nasty. I think Maxi is the creator of the Hayseed Night, which is the co-creator of this game, or something along the process there. I haven't quite got to the Hayseed Night. It's on the to-do list because it's a finished furry visual novel, with a slight complication of that it's fully, or almost fully voice acted, so slight complication to play with the co-host because of the interrupting voices that you can't always control the pace of. The dugout. How much so it still says grab your clothes. Do I open this guy? No. Oh, that's a shirt. Alright, now for real, time to get a move on. I've got a crop jacket, which is peak furry fashion. Oh no. Pavonis transference port. Dax saunters into the transference port, the place where all travelers emerge. Alright, Dax, maybe it's not so bad. Someone is the narrator. Who's this Rayman Pikachu? A work partner means someone I can show the ropes, who will binge cop shows with me over paperwork, and appreciates my jokes a lot more than the rest of the office. Plenty to look forward to. Not at all a pain in the ass. Just gotta find her first. After this little self-pep talk, Dax approaches the help desk in the best of spirits. After this little self-pep, but I'm smart. Hi. Hello, dearest traveler. Welcome to Red Planet's gateway to the galaxy, the transference port. Save the spiel for the tourists, pal. I'm from here. Martian or Earther, no one can one can never know too much about the Red Planet. That face. I feel so sorry for this worker. I feel sorry for anyone who has to wear a polo shirt on purpose during the day. Has to. You can do whatever you want, but prescribed polo shirt is always a bad life. I just want to point out, like, Bobby Arts is like, I don't know how to put it exactly. He's not exactly my favorite artist ever or anything like that, but I've seen him as like the perfect furry artist. Like the level of like stylization and how clean everything is, but like it's like just the right mix of like expressive anatomy and everything, while often doing it all without any shading. Like, so the fact that you can pull off so much without any shading and have it look so good and expressive and everything, actually, it drives me insane, and I want to figure out how to do it. You gotta say Red Planet X times a day to meet a quota or something? Of course not, sir. I'm just perpetually excited about our beautiful red planet. Uh-huh. I was always excited for my shift at Shoebox too. That's a face, that's a face. Is there anything I can assist you with? Actually, yeah, I'm looking for someone. New keyword, ether, keywords. Now I know there's a weird little key on the corner of the screen. Keywords are unlocked through dialogue. Click them to use them at the start of a dialogue to learn more. You see an Earther wandering about? She should have offloaded it about... Dax checks his phone and watch. He slides it back into his pocket. 2 hours ago. She's called Anaya, I think? Oh, your friend undertook the wondrous voyage of uploading her mind and sending it to our red planet, taking her first steps into a new body beyond earthly limits. Uh-huh. So I was picking up on the not entirely... probably not coincidental or subtext... well, it is subtextual. Choice to call it the T-port. I'm like, uh-huh. T as an abbreviation is already meaningful in queer spaces. But then he got to the full name and it was short for transference. I'm like, uh-huh. And now we're finding out that it's a system through which you upload your mind. So it's you don't fly here on a rocket. You specifically upload your mind into a new body, which feels like very much opens up the opportunity for swapping around. Oh, your friend undertook the wondrous voyage of uploading her mind and sending it to our red planet, taking her first steps into a new body beyond earthly limits. Is this a furry planet where everyone on Earth is human? Anywho, full name and passenger number, please. You got it. Alright, that's not the face. That's a you got it. More of a Sonic the Hedgehog tone. Dax starts swiping through the menus, careful not to scratch his battered screen. Barber E, camera, convo log, database. Ah, there we go. What the? No, dude, someone put my phone on child lock. It's kicked me out of my database account. What a terrible conundrum, sir. I suppose you will have to use your brain to remember the details. Oh, come on, I'm already late. I'm afraid I can't help you, sir. I'm not allowed to resell passengers' location data to unauthorized parties. You are allowed to resell their data to authorized parties, though. Not even a CIO officer? A what? Never mind. Whatever you are, they don't take it seriously. Could you tell me anything about the body she dropped into, at least, as a favor? The clerk takes one long look at Dax, be it out of pity or exhaustion. He starts typing something into his computer. Non-mod. Non-mod? Need a damn diction. I mean, excuse my diction? I am only allowed to disclose that this client opted out of any modifications to the body they transferred into. But not what kind of body she chose. Nope. This is basically modification paradise compared to Earth. Well, then that should be very helpful. You just spot whoever doesn't have a mod on them or something. That should be easy. I feel like this is a tutorial / intro spot where it's going to be wander around and talk to everyone till you find who your partner is, which is what I would do anyway. So that's great. If I was an Earther coming up to Mars for the first time, I'd be dying to see how far I can push my new body. I'm sure you would, sir. I guess I have to keep an eye out for an animal fresh off the preset catalog. Hope she's not this boring all the time. You'd better hope she's bland enough to stay put for 2 hours and wait for your ass. Huh? You say something? I said, can I help you with anything else, sir? But how will I find her? Come on, how about another hint? This place is huge. It's my pleasure to assist citizens such as yourself. But I believe my colleagues over at M-Body would be perfectly suited to help you. You want me to move along, huh? Not at all. No offense taken. If I was in your shoes, I'd want to break, like, every 5 minutes. That fucking face. Where could she be now? So what could a new arrival do to pass a couple of hours around here? The transfer's port offers a wide range of shopping options. I'm very good at cold reading today. He pauses, side-eyeing the array of closed stores. Unfortunately, due to our upcoming citywide celebration and ongoing renovations, the only available shopping option today would be M-Body. Okay, so the same place where she transferred into her new body. Stuck. For 2 hours. Why would she be bored if there are so many premium, high-quality, affordable, and exclusive body options and legal modifications on offer here at the T-Port branch of M-Body? Yup, the M-Body transport with body modifications. M-Body really secured themselves one hell of a brand partnership for you to big them up this way, huh? I don't know what you mean, sir. The grin cracks just ever so slightly. I think I'm good. I'll see if I can catch her snooping around the T-Port. Have a day as great as our planet. Wow, I stumbled on that because it's the most insane statement I've ever had to say out loud. Oof. You can still tell how, like, the Lion King has an irreparable impact on how lions are perceived and drawn in the furry fandom. It's just such a starting point. Like, anyone who has a lion persona, it's because of Lion King, isn't it? It's always Lion King. So it's like there's a specific origin point for the art there. It's often fun seeing how everyone has to, like, then come up with how to merge and find the cross point between that and every other design that characters have when they have to interact and so on. Giant Horseman, hello. Looking for a change of pace? We've got the legs for you. Stuck in your head? We have others to choose from. Okay, there's more lines. I'm like, do you only talk about legs? Because I have horrible news. Why stand on your own 2 feet when you could stand on your own 4? Tars exist. Where? Show me one. Immediately. I don't remember if I've ever seen Bobby draw one. Welcome to M-Body, sir. My name's Kit, and I'll be your body technician. Feel it, be it. Copyright. With our ready-to-go frames, are you here to buy or modify? Body shopping. Oh, don't mind if I... Wait. No, Dax, focus. Sorry, bud, I'm kind of a rush here. Looking for someone. Is there any way I could assist you? and then the keywords come into play. I don't entirely know how to deal with the fact that there's dialogue options and keywords, but you can only do the keywords basically at the same time. I guess it's a way of showing new things, but they could just, I feel like they could probably just be there. Ooh. The mouse shifts the background as a little perspective-y thingy. Body shopping. On second thought, I may just have a little time to take a peek at the new stuff. Wonderful. Just turn around and have a look for yourself. Whenever you see a frame that strikes your fancy, I'll be right by your side. Is there any way I could... Okay. Any chance you stumbled upon an earther this morning? A few hundred at the very least. You'll have to be more specific. Right. Non-mod, I don't know, transferred a couple hours ago. It's her first time on Mars, if that helps. Oh, that does narrow it down. Wolves tend to be a choice. Wolves tend to be a choice pick among first-time transfers. Smilodons are in high demand too. Wolves and tigers? Shit, I'm gonna be looking all day. For what it's worth, body shopping tends to be a rather overwhelming experience for newcomers. An hour or two is nothing for Earthers discovering all the possibilities Mars has to offer. Ask around the store. My colleagues may just be able to help you. Thanks, Kit. You're a lifesaver. I think people on Earth are humans. I think the people on Earth are humans, and they come up here and turn into furries. And that's and everyone flocks towards wolves for the same reasons why wolves are by far the most popular personas. I gotta go. Other ones come and go in waves. There's like you'll have like a wave of people being raccoons and a wave of people being hyenas. Guilty. There's a little space behind here. Oh, I'm a little stuck. But what if I could break the game? That would be fun in that it would ruin my life. Ooh, so everyone has a front and a back, and they also shift in different directions. So they have like an isometric art style, and that it's similar to how isometric sprites are kind of shown in those top-down games. Obviously, not an isometric camera angle. Hello. I see you admiring our latest horse frame. Huh? Sorry, you were saying... Ah, yes, the stallion model has that effect on everyone. It does have amazing hair. Its mane is incredibly thick and silky, specially formulated to smell like a gentle breeze. Must feel great between your fingers. Like freshly washed sheets in a hot summer night, sir. I mean, look at those pecs and shoulders. It looks like it's designed for cuddles. Like the gentle caress of a departing lover who has just returned home after a decade. And the quads, they look like tree trunks. Just between you and me, I once saw this model crush 2 watermelons with its size, and that was just the small size. Oh, Jupiter. I'm going to have to ask you to refrain from drooling over the display floor, sir. I assume we can't swap models or anything, because that would be a huge logistical concern. Is that the small one? Is that the... Do they have built-in size? Hello. Macro range. They even use the same terminology. Got it. Jesus Christ, the setting is wild. That wolf's a refrigerator. Anyway. So that's like roughly my height if I hop. So that's it's floating, so that's probably like my height. So that is not a display projection. That's the size of the model. It's easy to get thrown because of the sprite style and everything, but it's like that's supposed to be a full person just standing there who is absurdly huge. And there's a lot of them around. Got it. Got it. Yeah, it'd be a lot of work for the game to considering how many expressions we have if we could actually change models. I'm guessing there'll be either a lore commitment to this particular appearance or just like our other mishaps. Oh no, I forgot my wallet. I guess I can't body mod myself today. Wow. Is this the Roomba for straight people? It's not even covered in decadent colors. Is this the same conversation? Yeah, it's the same conversation. This is the one that crushes watermelons between its thighs. And that's the one that crushes, planets. Find the new you. The Fang. He's got a little ice cream cone. I'm not friends with any Anayas, mister. Good luck finding your friend, though. Different dialogue for smaller ones. Oh, how about we get another smoothie? Loud slurping. To test the body. Louder slurp. Finish that first. I didn't see the whole conversation because it's happening ambiently. This is a giant wolf man. Excuse me? Who might you be? Not everyone gets a full conversation. You have to hand it to Bracker. Using your own custom body as a marketing ploy? Truly out of the box. Self-centered as hell if you ask me. You wear the same shoes as me. I don't know what to make of this. Killer water? Killer whey? I get the whey part, because that's, yeah, protein mixes. It's just water though, bro. It's just a bro and it does a jockstrap. Meow. They're heavy on this stuff. How'd you get up? How'd you, do you all have to be this person? Or are you the same person? Where'd you come from? Welcome to M-Body, sir. My name is Key, and I'm an official killer water representative. Crush that thirst with our official outstanding orca body line inspired by social media sensation Bracker. Crush, you say? May I interest you in one of our products? I'm actually looking for someone. Have you seen an Earther around? I don't know about Earth, but I can offer you an out-of-this-world promotion. 20% off all killer water products with an outstanding orca purchase. The clerk mumbles a few disclaimer words in quick succession. No, thanks. You sure you haven't seen her? Non-mod just arrived on Mars. Did you know that the company behind Killer Water, Marvonis Aqua GmbH, I never remember what that's short for, was integral in providing a consistent water source to early Martian settlements? And I'm grateful for that, but I have no interest in buying the body, no matter how impressive it is. That's because you haven't heard yet about our latest promotion. If you buy any Killer Water products, you're automatically entered into a raffle for a ticket to the bodybuilding. The clerk continues to aggressively push Killer Water on Dax for a solid 5 minutes. Push the Earther question. Angy face. Look, I know you're doing your job or whatever, but I gotta know if you've seen her. She just got here, and she's going to get lost if I don't find her soon. Meaning, I'm going to lose my job. Sorry, sir, but the Killer Water product line is so diverse and fascinating, I find it impossible to talk about anything else. The emphasis on impossible sounds like gunpoint. It sounds like they're hard-coded to not be able to talk about anything else in an upsetting way. Like, I just watched WandaVision this week, and that's basically what I mean. Ah, I get it now. Supervised convo logs. As per contract, you're being recorded. The face never changes. Retail fucking sucks. Don't buy a can. Don't fall for it. Well, I didn't click on body shopping, though. I do need to see every conversation at gunpoint. Dax glances up at the statuesque orca on the stand. I gave up trying on bulkier frames a few bodies ago, but Bracker is definitely... Wait, isn't this model that was giving people some kind of dry fish syndrome? I saw it on the news. I think isn't this the model? Yeah. is what it should say, I think. As a representative of the joint sales program between Embody and Marvanis Aqua, I cannot make any comments on ongoing legal cases. I can, however, recommend a bottle of killer whale to stave off dehydration. That's what it was. Bodies crapping out if they didn't hydrate with killer water only. Well, it's no wonder. Killer water provides a fuel needed to nourish a killer body, which is how Miss Bracker has maintained her bodybuilding champion title multiple years in a row. Now, can I interest you in a fresh bottle in the house if you drop this conversation? I'm good. That's upsetting. It's like how it does remind me of, like, not the Praxis kits. What was it? In Deus Ex, they have like regular injections they need to keep up with in order to stop the implants from being rejected by their body, which is just how implants and stuff work. But when that's your whole world, you're like signing up for a lifelong dependency on those things. Looking for an Earther? Nope. I'm from Olympus. One of the moons of Jupiter, I think. This would be a great place to hide all of your Kickstarter backers or whatever, and OCs. It's just like scatter them amongst the crowds here and have them have like one line of dialogue. Look at this tiny cat. Oh my god, a human. Do I know you? The famous wrestler? Oh no, never mind. I think they were chatting, but I lost it. I just want to see the conversations. Do they trigger when you walk up? You poke it. Nuh-uh, you poke it. It's just a giant elephant, man. I'll poke it. Damn, that's what I call large and in charge. Wouldn't want to mess with this one. Our potent pachyderm... Our potent pachyderm model has proven quite popular among the blue-collar demographic. How potent? I bet. Looks like it could level a whole building on its own. The base model has a carrying capacity of over 400 kilograms. The trunk is capable of performing tasks that require both fine and gross motor skills, anything from lifting a girder to using a hammer. And I complain about scratching my butt with these claws. Jeez. Can't be easy to handle all that power. On the contrary, sir, these models are precisely calibrated. Nothing like the incidents with earlier models. Incidents. Minor occurrences, of course, just the usual crushing hand during handshakes, getting drunk and stumbling right through walls. And that's the usual. Not anymore, sir. The current body version was revamped after its surge in popularity with the stay-at-home parents market. Can't have babies getting crushed now, can we? Can we check out something else? I misread that last line a little bit. I thought it seemed like something that he would say. There's a kangaroo. All you need is 1500 Ds. Oh hey, I think I saw this one win something in the Olympics. Indeed, with its outstanding bounce physics and long-distance jumping skills, our adrenaline, that's really hard to keep going on. Model is the hot new trend among sports fans. In a lesser body, this kind of athleticism would require years of dedication and experience, but a shortcut is always nice. Someone's out there really living their double Dutch dream in this thing. A tiny jackalope. Yeah, those are horns. 2160 edition, which is at least 20 years ago, isn't it? Wasn't 2180 when Pride happened? Oh, can't look at this one. No lore. Anna who? Sorry. I don't know who that is. What do they look like from the front? There you are. Giving them the hard sell. I wonder if dialogue happens when I approach. Nope. Ooh. You based this one off the guy who elbowed me in the nose last week at the slaughterhouse? I'm glad it resonates. Our new Arcanist Rebellion Fight for Freedom Punk's Not Dead cockatiel from this company extremely commodified. Exclusive brand model offers nothing but authenticity. I'm sorry. Are you for real? Was there any part I didn't explain properly, sir? You can't make punk corporate. Some of our clientele want the ability to try out the aesthetic of rebellion without sacrificing their moral standing. The aesthetic of... Dude! What are you going on about? Punk is a lifestyle. Committing to a lifestyle is no longer necessary thanks to body transfers. Then what is it you sell? Punk is about grabbing the chains that bind you and shaking them until you bring the whole house down. Punk comes from within. A company can never create punk. Research shows that a cockatiel is the perfect face for punk due to their lustrous head feathers, well suited for headbanging, mohawks, mosh pits, and other activities punks may enjoy. Ah, well, if research says so. Uh-huh. One tiny little shell necklace. The the half-plaid pants, the big stompers, sleeveless. Ah, right next to the cops. Of course, that's a good coyote right there. That is a good coyote. Oh. Sample frames of a badger and a coyote proudly displaying their Pavonis PD uniforms. Flip them off and leave. Double flip them off and leave. You cannot not flip them off. They're just mannequins, sir. You literally are not allowed to not flip them off. What's the red mean? Rebel cockatiel. Is it just branding? It's red because he's so punk. What was the cheapest one? Is it literally sold by pound? Like, oh, it's a goat. I'm smart. I thought it was a jackalope. Whoops. Goat would make sense. Yep. That. I swear I recognize the artist, but it's not. I don't think it is that artist. For just a second, I was like, is that Core? I'm like, that's not Core. Good morning, sir. Would you like to try one of our civil models? These high-quality bodies are provided for free by the city... No, I don't like that. By the city-state of Pavonis for those who sign up and graduate from the PPS Academy. We have a wide assortment of bodies available off-floor if you're interested. The cops literally have their own unified bodies. Fool me once. Yeah, no, fuck off. If you have a complaint, sir, I can gladly provide our... I really don't have time for this bullshit. They intentionally put them right next to each other. Try... I don't think that's how Bobby draws anyway. I think it's somebody else. Who was the... That's really hard to judge from there. I'm way less sure about that one. Shark. Ooh, that was trippy. Oh, it's like... Oh, they're like in an anonymizing pixelization bubble, which led to him looking slightly weird at first, but it's actually what this place is doing. So it's like a privacy thing. It pixelizes reality. It's trippy. Retro mods. You can become a Neko girl. Buck. They're called retro mods because you get big dumb robot arms, which are like probably super obsolete now. So it's just for the aesthetic of having like a retro body mod thing. Why are we both making this face? Shh! Not so loud! Just make like you haven't seen me, Dax. Why are you here? Never thought I'd catch you in a normie shop. What are you up to? Scoping out the competition? So he must be a body modder? Maybe aftermarket? Competition? How dare you lower me to corporate level? No, I'm just trying to get a sense for the latest developments on moisturizing chemical Sorry, I'm kind of in a rush right now. I'm looking for an Earther friend. You seen a non-mod anything around? Non-mods aren't really my area, Dax. Getting inspired. Only insofar as technology is concerned, their aesthetics are pitiful. Alright, stranger. Psst. Drop by the store sometime soon. I have a whole new selection of fish with your name on them. Nothing behind. Let's see. Eco recycling services for a life free of inconveniences. What are they recycling? Consultation in progress. Somebody's currently in there. Those are wings. I can't hear them. It looks like a tiger. And it's a tiger who knows they should wear green because green looks great on tigers, just like how purple goes on hyenas. Other guy's harder to see. He actually might just be a white-ish cat, like a snow leopard. Now go in. Let me in! Let me in! It's a meme from that show that I haven't seen. With the guy who trolls all of his own audience members. Ooh. Quick installs, book now. What are they installing? Distressing liquid canisters that you can shoot out of you like a 90s boy toy? Which I mean toys for boys, not a boy... Listen. Words mean multiple things, but I meant all of the gross out goo canister toys you have as a kid. Self-care fur set. Self-care scale set. I guess that makes sense. Aw. And they were roommates. Go beyond, I mean literally. I'm trying to, but I need to solve the mystery of where this person went. That's a rabbit. And also another striped cat that knows to wear green. That's the rules. AR display. Anaya? Sorry, doesn't ring a bell. Sorry, not interested in lion frames. I'm real. I don't work here. Let's try to trigger the... Aw, man, the glow-in-the-dark hooves are gone. Yeah, they were limited edition. Wouldn't you have said that a little sooner? Like, before I sold my rave eyeballs to save up? Rave eyeballs? What does AR do here? What's gonna... Ooh. Oh, it's modding. It's gonna be like awkward projection. Let's see. Next horns is E. Some horns. Those ones are extremely ornamental. Perspective slightly off, but it's probably just how the thing works. It just sort of puts them behind you. Then wings. Let's see here. Do they match? These ones are gold. Purple and green kind of works. Hello. A lot of waiting room space. Bat wings would look killer on me. Really, no feathers. One of my partners has them. Their fuzz feels real nice on your... yeah, just get those. Now it makes sense that certain characters will match and NPCs will kind of look like each other because they're literally using the same, like, floor models, but with, like, modified, like, fur patterns and different clothes. You considered horns? I mean, I'm in the market now, maybe. Can't help you there, mate. Anaya? Not me. I just have one of those faces, I guess. You know, ones you purchase at a store. Anaya! That's you, right? Hi, Anaya. Hi, Anaya, my new partner. It's me, Dax. Oh, no mods meant literally not even a furry. Literally, like, a copy of yourself, essentially. I've been looking everywhere for you. Been looking all over the planet, have you? Had a bit of a crazy night, and it made for a rough morning. That's totally my bad. At least you have the decency to apologize, even though the excuse needs some work. Anaya flips her beeper phone open, smirking ominously all the while. Texted the director a while ago. She sent this over to help identify you. She flips her phone over to show me an extreme close-up of Dax's snout. I feel like it really puts this whole wait in context. You could have just jumped on the tram, you know. My newly cloned self on a planet I've never set foot on after spending 2 hours ogling random lion men. I don't think I'm fit to figure out a new public transit system just now. Hey, I don't want to get off on the wrong foot. Can we start over? Anaya gives a brief sigh. Ask me again after breakfast. I need to get the hell out of here. We're taking my car. We just need to trek out to it first after I spend 3 hours talking to every NPC and inspecting everything in the environment because I can't stop myself. I need a moment. You mind if I take one last look around the T-port before we leave? Don't get many excuses to visit. Sure, why not? It's your neck on the line, not mine. I'll just sit here, alone, on Mars. Starving. Awesome, be back in a sec. I'm a good friend. Bye. I need to keep watching these people be annoyed by the customers. How may I help you today? I want to get my fur modded. You have come to the right place. Please feel free to look over our display samples for this season. These kind of suck. You have custom materials? Sir, are you asking if we provide unauthorized custom modifications? Yes. Alright, I can't ask anyone about Anaya anymore because we've already found each other. What's happening behind these things? Just left out a whole laptop. The confidence. Is that just protein? A whole container of protein back here? In the back rooms? I have to go... I made it. Oops, forgot the newbie. Did I? Morning. I'm Kim. Welcome to M-Body. Get the body of tomorrow today with the latest on medical modifications. Is there anything I can assist you with? Sorry, Kim. I'm not really here to shop around today. I'm looking for an Earther. Got her 2 hours ago. Have you seen her? Have I seen her? You bet I have. One's own birth meat suit in this day and age. You have to have a lot of nerve to make such a fashion statement. Every time I see an old-fashioned Earther sticking to their human pride, I feel like it's really my time to shine. A 100% non-mod human. What is this, ancient Rome? So did you get her to walk out of here with a donkey tail and chrome skin? Nope, she said she wanted that natural... She said that natural brown is quite flashy enough as it is. Oh. Is there anything I can assist you with? Body shopping? You can ask about everything. About wings? Gotta say, I love the wing selection you have here. Flying around would be pretty awesome, don't you think? Unfortunately, our wings are very specifically meant to be used exclusively as an aesthetic accessory. The purchase agreement includes a clause that exempts the company from any libel or personal or property damages if a customer attempts flight, no matter the model. Okay, but like, could you imagine the shock at seeing a lion man flying with these? Oh, can I? The splattering noise would be heard across several streets. Is there anything I can assist you with? Look, I sometimes maybe, kinda, want to try on some horns. I look funky as hell with them, but I don't think my neck is thick enough to carry the damn things. Lucky for you, all our horns are made of state-of-the-art, lightweight carbon fiber. You'll barely even notice them. What about doors? Would I have to go through them sideways for the rest of my life? No, wait, my car. How would I get in my car? Horns these days are generally engineered with detachable base. Only hardcore fans of the polycerate lifestyle tend to go for the skull-fused option. Since it's possible to cause incidents regardless, the purchase agreement includes a clause that exempts the company from any liable for personal or property damage no matter the model. Is there anything I can assist you with? Not that I ever would do something so corny, but if I wanted to make my fur rainbow colored for pride, could I do that? Of course, we offer all sorts of coloration and material modifications. Embody understands how important detailed color customization is for the purpose of self-expression. I'll come back another day then. The world's not ready for the palette-swapped Dax. Is there anything I can assist you with? Are there any mods for personal use? You know, novelty only? All of our mods are for personal use by our clientele. Well, obviously, but anything for, you know, special occasions. We have a wide array of bodies and modifications to cover any special moments. I think you're missing my point. Say I wanted something added or taken away from for a partner's pleasure. Our clients can bring their partners to consultations in order to receive feedback and input into the process. Never mind. My shark friend would install a chance. Is that a body uniform? I couldn't help noticing that you all look the same here. Is that a company-issued whole-body uniform? Of course not. Embody defends its employees' right to wear any body they wish. This is a personal choice. We piss people off so much that we flock into one body for anonymous protection like zebras. But not zebras, because that would stand out. A personal choice made by the whole staff. The official servile... Oh no. The official servile serval model is the very face of Embody. Customers expect quality when served by a serval. That must be rough, pal. Retail-related questions only, please, sir. Is there anything I can assist you with? Nah, I'll pass. You guys are required to lie. Everything is bad, all the time. What's that? That's a thick-necked hood. Or I guess a tall hood, I guess. We're doing hoodie and shorts today, are we? Gotta show the stripes. I think I literally can't leave without her, and I have exhausted all the inside, so all the outside is designed to be done with her along. Alright, Kim Kitsuragi, join the party. You know how grave this situation is, yeah? I'm melting. I'm melted. I will die if I don't get my hands on some tea soon. Forget getting fired. I'm taking you to hell with me if I die from decaffeination. It's a long drive all the way to my office, but you can tell me about the trip over on the way there. Grand. I'm English and I'm good at English accents. This will be great. I don't know what I'm doing, honestly. I think we don't go outside. I think we teleport out, and the rest is the suggestion of a zone, but we don't get to wander around it right now. And third floor. We're here. Welcome to the Civil Investigations Office, CIO for short. Huh, not the sort of office I expected. It's a fun, dimly lit, cozy co-working experience only found here and in certain types of boroughs. Really leaning into that dentist clinic waiting room aesthetic, yeah? Now that you mention it, Dax! But as a thought, yep, just like the dentist. What was the internal Dax thought? Oop. This is where we work. There's a hyena and a bear and my boss that terrifies me probably. And the view is similarly spectacular but much less tropical. Little bit of a fear that if you go outside you'll die. Extremely lit freeway. So many overhead lamps. So I guess it goes through that mountain, and then on the other side is probably the city we came from. Going by me making assumptions based on as little information as possible. Is this my desk? There's a rock on it. I don't think this could possibly be Dax's desk, because Dax, I think, has a loud personality, and this person collects rocks. It looks like a rock that's on my desk, and that just doesn't sound right. I guess it from here. I mean, just logically, it's probably the most distant one. Probably not that one. Probably that one. But we'll see. Hello. All the documents are blurred, so you can't quite tell what you're looking at there. Yeah, there are personal effects on the desks. If it isn't the man of 2 hours ago, the director's looking for you. I'm gonna not go that way. For as long as possible. For no particular reason. Is that a picture of plants, or is it a planter of plants? Is the question. Okay, this is the break room, so that's probably my desk room. Hello. Employee of the month. It's on fire. Which feels like a metaphor for something. Some burnout going on. At first I thought it was going to be an action photo of a device getting rid of fire. But no, it just looks like it's just on fire. What the... Is it the fire alarm system? Oh, it's this thingy. What is this thingy? A coffee machine? That's a terrifying Why? How? Why does your coffee machine have an ult? Ominous rumble. The extinguished. Oh no. The fire extinguisher is right next to the coffee machine. I guess that's apt, but you're really treating the symptom and not the problem. Microwave and toaster look normal. Further adding the question of the coffee machine's existence. We work nowhere. Jeez. Are we forced to have this? I want lore. Is this a vending machine that puts out water at the very bottom? Why would you want to crouch that low? There's an open space right here to put the... It's fine. Is there a grabber claw that I can use to get the coffee without hurting my back? I'm becoming very old. I once pulled my back for like 2 weeks because I was getting a drink out of the fridge. Because it's one of those older fridges where the fridge is on the bottom and the freezer's on top, and not like split sideways. Do not use the permanent. Is a permanent ink drawing of me. Got it. Oop, bendy screen. So this is not my office because this is the meeting room, and that's the break room. Boss is looking for you. Hyena. Is this me because I'm a shit show? Yep, there's my ID. And this is, big boy mug. This is me, not doing any of my paperwork, but having 500 mugs. And somehow an old slice of pizza. Dax, I'm disappointed in you. You upset me. You worry me. Schmitz? What's the drink? Still can't get a close look at this family photo. Maybe it comes up in the story at some point. Oh, she looks pissed. That's probably just her resting face. She's happy to see me. It's gonna be great. Oh, look, it's my files. It's covered in burn marks. That's for normal reasons. It's gonna be fine. I'm gonna get along great with my boss. Hey, director. You're a sight for sore eyes. Hungover eyes, even. Did you polish your horns? They're looking especially shiny. We can resume this thorough ass-kissing routine after Anaya is settled in, Dax. You've had us waiting long enough. I'm truly sorry for the delay, Director Rams, but... Let me stop you right there. Refer to me simply as Director, Ma'am, or Sir. Mispronounce my last name and you'll spend the rest of your miserable stay on this red rock on my shit list. Duly noted, Director. Again, I apologize for the delay. Ramsbotham. I'm doomed. Quit that already. I only want one apology, and it's the walking hairballs. Hey now, I consider myself more of a walking throw rug than a walking hairball. A throw rug might have picked up its new partner on time. Not leave them wandering around the surface of a new planet like a newborn baby for, what was it, 2 hours? please don't be hard on him. It only felt like 4. Mayhaps we've established that I'm not fit to shuttle CIO members around and will be picking another driver henceforth. The director and Anaya both turned to glare at Dax. Sorry. Back to the topic at hand. And I am so glad to have a professional with your level of experience joining the team at Civil Investigations. I invited you here because, like the rest of us, you have shown a strong desire to fight corruption on every front, standing by your morals no matter what. It is a thankless and wholly unappreciated job, but someone has to do it. I hope your years of experience with the Force will help you set our younger members straight. Glad to be here, Director. Wait, Anaya's a cop? What? Rewind. Anaya's a cop? Since when? Internal Affairs, PSNI. I started in 2163, so that's what, 21 years? How am I only hearing this now? I fail to see how my civil investigator's previous career experience is any business of yours. It's everyone's business if my new partner gets in the way of me doing my job. She's one of the good ones? The one that finds the bad apples, is that it? That's enough. We exist only thanks to the Oversight Act, a law to keep government bodies in check. This includes admin, military, utilities, and yes, police. Anaya's goals align perfectly with our own. Her track record in rooting out corruption in the Force is second to none. You, Dax, are our youngest recruit ever. You still have a lot to learn. I finish more cases here than anyone else. And with what methods? Almost getting yourself arrested or killed every other day? You can't keep going at this alone. That's how you win the battle and lose the war. Trust your partner. Let her teach you how to do your job better. Or lose it. It's up to you. Right. Good. We're short-staffed for infighting. Help Anaya get settled in. Take her to her workspace and show her the ropes. Don't go rubbing any of your bad habits off on her, you hear? You got it, boss. And don't forget to teach her the ways of the coffee machine. We don't want another incident. Excuse me? Dax will show you. I think Anaya might have been working already for as long as I've been alive. I don't know how long old Dax is, but early 20s might not be that far off. I shifted the voice to smoker voice even further, so she really got through a lot of packs before I got here, apparently. That's how long I took. I needed to further differentiate as the roster quickly grew. Hello. Oh, right, settling in. Well, here's your desk. Sure, the equipment may be kind of ancient, and the chair may be specially designed to give you a hernia. But hey, it's all yours. Bet that's more than the police ever gave you. Anaya glares at the assortment of haphazardly stacked boxes. Ah, yes. Just what I've always dreamed of, a child-sized desk with hand-me-down tech. At some point they'll deal with it. I don't think you need to put the garbage can in its own box. It's already a container. I guess it stacks better at that point. Oh, now you can meet people. A file folder sails through the air and smacks into the side of Dax's head. Anaya can only blink in shock as the large, angry bear storms towards Dax. Hey, what's the big idea? Tossing folders with those biceps practically counts as armed assault. Less talking and more working, Daxy, dearest. The deliver drone didn't recognize your desk yet again thanks to your mountain of trash. It's all well and good that you close so many cases, but if you don't start filing their paperwork away, I'm going to show you what armed assault looks like. The bear finally catches the terrified look from Anaya. Oh, new face. Hi, dear, I'm Mira, head of the CIO's military affairs. And I suppose you must be our new investigator that Daxy couldn't quite pick up on time as usual.
Anaya, nice to meet you. Likewise, Anne. Can I call you Anne? Anyway, good luck teaching the new office intern some manners. Not new, just the office intern. Hey, I'm still here. For some reason. Says the narrator's snuck. So there's a narrator and there's white text. I don't know if I get what's going on with those exactly. Is it that is someone being said out loud, but just like from the crowd, and less specifically like a question mark? Since this is actual like VN style narration. A cadet like you wouldn't have lasted a day in my unit. Might have something to do with why you're no longer a drill instructor. Try as she may, Mira can't keep a little grin off her face at the quip. Ah, Daxy, I wish you'd use that wonderful brain of yours for anything other than talking back. If it gives you any more problems, let me know. And Dax? I swear, if those files end up on my desk again, I'm going to toss you out the window like a sack of potatoes. I'm gonna toss you like a sack of potatoes. Oh, I'm shaking. Anaya watches the bears head across the office before turning back to Dax and the growing chaos that is his desk. Don't mind her. Mira is all bark and no bite. Those threats seem pretty serious. Oh, yeah. Huh, I guess that'd sound pretty bad to an Earther. Pavonis looks nice and all, but Mars isn't really the friendliest of environments, right? Take a look outside the window. It's barren land for hours. Dying silly-ass deaths is pretty much part of living here, to the point it's not even worth calling dying anymore, it's just an inconvenience. As long as you don't skip any mind state backup appointments, you're going to get killed as... You're good to get killed as much as you need. Right, well, we'd better make sure she doesn't try to inconvenience you anytime soon. Mira stomps back towards Anaya and Dax, looking mildly peeved. If you're just going to stand around in the middle of the office whispering, you can share it with the class. What the fuck has this work? So like... Everyone's from Earth, right? They all have their minds backed up or something, and they're all like... Are they all hanging out in like... Well, it wouldn't be VR. Or AR or whatever. Because they upload their minds. So like, is there just an entire second population of people that are copies of people from Earth that have the same personalities, but then the person on Earth just goes and lives the simultaneous life separately from that? They keep having backups. But like, being free to die as much as you want as long as you keep backing up your mind... That's still death. This is getting us... We're accelerating towards the teleporter problem as early as possible in this particular playthrough, but I just like... This is what I think about. It's like you as an individual still die. It's just that they can quickly back you up so that everyone around you gets to keep having a Dax around, but like, that person still died. If they're a biological person with their own like end point for their memories and a lived experience, then you copy them, but that's still death. Dax does a very... They might one day realize that all these deaths were more consequential than he wanted to think about. I click on Earther, but he didn't say anything first. Earth! Oh, I love the culture, the history, the Earthers. I wish I'd been deployed somewhere on Earth while I was still in the army. There are so many places I've always dreamed of visiting. Where are you from, Anne? Let's go on a trip together when you're headed back. To Belfast? There are faster ways to go to hell. Yeah, it does throw me off a little bit that dialogue options are here and here, but maybe these are more... I guess these are game-wide topics. These are like super important game-spanning things. Body shopping. I have to say, staying human was such a brave choice, Anne. I hear human frames are built to be a lot more resistant these days, but well, you know. I'm not sure I follow. You are surrounded by large, clawed, hoofed, fanged, and otherwise heavily armed people, and here you are with just your, you know. Mira makes a vague gesture towards Anaya's general shape. She's just telling you to stay safe, in her own weird way. Can you tone the jokes down? You're giving Anaya an itty-bitty fright with all of the threats. That wasn't my... Threats? You think I'm threatening, Daxy? Oh dear. I know, right? I was all like, floating debris. You think that's violent? I suppose that's why they call physical forms earthly attachments? Like, oh my stars, how do you even live without transference in the old world? I'm on my 4th body. I'd literally just die. Okay, this conversation is bordering on offensive now. Sorry. It's rejects humor. We're a bit of a handful here at the CIO, but we're all in on the joke. I'll hold the heat back until you get yourself a model with thicker skin. Catch you later. I'm being told to do an Irish accent. I don't know if I can do an Irish accent. Specifically, I don't know if what I vaguely have as an accent in my brain is Irish or Scottish, honestly. But I can unleash that mess on people. Let's see. A tour of the office. Ah, the coffee machine. And this right here is the shadow that looms over the CIO. Its true owner, you might say. Not the director, not the government. It's the bloodthirsty bastard sitting on the counter before you. A weird old coffee machine. A weird old coffee machine. See, that's how you get yourself a cup of coffee that'll eat through your stomach lining. You're being ridiculous. Why don't you try it yourself? Be careful. Watch Anaya attempt to use the machine. Or is it Anya? I don't know. Anaya places her mug under the coffee machine's spout. You know what? Oops. I typed pronounce Anaya into Google and I was off by Anaya. I don't know if I trust that either though. No, okay, Anaya. But are those videos ever right, is the question. Because I don't know if they're ever right. So... it's their fault now that I'm still doing it. Anaya places her mug under the coffee machine's spout and presses the button to make a mug, all while staring at Dax. The machine angrily sputters for a few seconds, but no coffee comes out. Steam erupts from its metal carapace. Anaya smacks the side of the machine, now capitalized, a couple of times. Capitalized like the, like the expression. Let's just watch. A couple of whacks later, the shuddering stops at last. Watery black coffee starts pouring into the mug. It's like the coffee machine from Gremlins. See? You're just being dramatic. The coffee machine erupts into flames, sputtering coffee all over the counter. It shakes so hard that it appears to be leaping across the countertop towards Anaya. The coffee screams to a boil from inside the infernal machine. Anaya scrambles back as Dax sprays the entire kitchen with foam. What the actual fuck? Hey, you're lucky we have an extinguisher now. One time I started an electrical fire trying to douse it with water. Anyway, you'll do well to humble yourself in front of the machine. Try again? Want to give another go? Anaya places the mug under the coffee machine's spout again. This time she waits patiently as the machine makes a cup from scratch. The machine eventually shudders out a thick, foul-smelling sludge that resembles coffee only in name. I'm not drinking that. It looks like motor oil. You'll have to take a sip. You'll have to take at least one sip or you're angered again. I told you that I'm not... The machine shudders menacingly. Anaya takes a hasty sip and gags. I would never drink coffee that quickly, it'd burn you. That'll put hair on your chest. You're on your path to becoming the next throw rug. Leave before you anger it further. Alright, teach her the secret. Alright. Now, try it one more time, but let me talk you through it. Anaya tentatively places the mug under the coffee spout. She looks to Dax for guidance. Pet it gently before you press the button. Sure, why not? After you press the button, say something about how excited you are for the coffee. I could have gotten a cuppa anywhere on this planet, but no, here we are. I'm so excited to try a coffee from an infernal machine. Never had one of those before, wow. The machine shudders, steams, and practically sings as it brings the coffee to a boil. The steady stream of strong black coffee pours out onto the spout. Good job! Take a sip. Fuck me, this is actually great. Told ya. The machine respects those who respect it. Look down on it, and you'll pay the price. You know, like in the old tales. You mean fairy tales, Fluffball? You brought the Fae folk over to Mars now, did you? Fairies, that's so funny. Dax discreetly pulls Anaya towards the main area. Hey, seriously, we don't know what the fuck that machine is. The director says that it was here when the CIO was formed and assigned to this abandoned maintenance building. We've tried to turn it off, disconnect it, cut the cables. It's always fine the next morning. We even brought in an exorcist once. He left HQ with a white streak in his hair and new wrinkles. Okay, sure. I'll just be over here, enjoying my Fae coffee. Ha! Such screams were heard that day. Dax stares off into the distance as Anaya backs away with her newly acquired coffee. That's why it's labeled as Employee of the Month. Out of reverence and fear. But it's a photo of it being on fire. Uh-huh. What do you think the dots mean? The lights. The three, it has self-repair. Even the cup looks like it's angry at me. Put down like caution tape. Let's see. Oh yeah, I forgot to talk to you. And this here is... The hyena holds up a finger as Dax approaches and keeps him waiting on the spot until she finishes reading the current page she's going over. CIO Investigator Political Affairs, Alexandria Rayner, your new favorite gal. You said you'd let me introduce you. Campaign promise, Dax. Plans change. I've got a meeting at the rat house in an hour. Dax pouts as Alexandria reaches out and shakes Anaya's hand firmly. Anaya Rao McQuaid, pleasure to meet you. The new police affairs investigator, I'd assume. Finally got some backup for you, Dax. Maybe fewer bruises in your future? I can win fights just fine. I'm sure you can. Alex goes back to her folder, casually ignoring Dax's glare. Anyway, as much as I'd love to stay and chat, I've really got to deal with some rats. Actual rats. Some of them. The hyena turns back to her desk, packing up various folders and equipment as Dax and Anaya step away. Nice lass. She got you under a thumb claw. Pad thingy? I love Alex. She's great. She's got this tough boss bitch act. But she's actually a softie? I wouldn't go that far. Or else you let your guard down and end up having an unflattering picture of you appear somewhere in the office with permanent marker. That got me on the director's shit list for a whole week. I'm sure that never happens otherwise. Don't let him fool you with the bad boy act. Dax loves being the teacher's pet. Oh, sorry, I didn't think you could. You might want to ask your new partner about our improved hearing range. We'll save a lot of awkward situations. Earther. I would love to pick your brains on Earth politics sometimes, Anaya. You know how big Earth is? There's no such thing as Earth politics. Got a little more distance from Earth, you'll see. Oh. How's that conservative wave going lately? Alright. Body shopping. Human. Interesting choice. OG specs, I assume? If you mean if this is how I was born, then yeah. You were born a 40-something-year-old? Aye. Amazing. Right? Dax is too afraid to weigh in on the conversation, lest it turns out they're not joking. Are you sure you're any particular to talk about my cases, Miss Paulsai? I've heard you hit a slump with the Marvonis thing. Which thing? The alleged extortion? The bribes? The monopoly? The innumerable work safety violations? Whichever one of those has anything to do with your case. All of them. The Major keeps granting exclusive contracts to Marvonis despite all the evidence to their shady dealings. I'll bring them down. I'll make them pay for murdering my family. How's that? Did that sound convincing enough to make it into my autobiographical movie? You know, it did. Aw, and here I thought we knew each other's tragic backstories already. He fell for it. He thought it was real. So she drew this, apparently, as revenge. And now somebody else is mad. Well, the boss is mad. Alex is quite the artist. I just wish permanent markers weren't her tool of choice. Did Alex also draw the one in your room? I've seen most of the stuff. Let's do a little glance around. I've missed some of these. I won't stoop so low as to steal someone else's food. For now. I never did try to store food at the office. Imagine having healthy habits. I kind of love the view of the salt plains. That's as colorful as it gets outside the city. Salt plains, that's why it's so flat. Yeah. So it used to be a salt lake. I think, is how that works, I'm pretty sure. I'm not a fake geologist, I'm a real geologist. It's legit. I did graduate 12 years ago, so things are faded. Let's see here. The whole time I worked at an office, I just had to freaking prepare. I always went out during lunch and drove somewhere and got food and came back, which is not the best financial or body choice. You could sit, we could all sit around the table and admire Alex's art. Oh, on the floor? I'll deal with that later. Uh-huh. Oops. I've accidentally progressed. Dax rummages through the folders scattered all over what could only generously be called his work desk. One sec. I need to go through this noise. Junk. 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 More junk. No thank you. I don't need that enlarged again. Again? Why are you getting physical mail? Wetware laws. Wet what? Mars is a lot laxer on data regulations than Earth. You can legally upload your mind into a virtual instance, but that comes with a buttload of security issues. Docs are best kept closed networked. It's safer that way. Right. Not quite so dire on Earth yet. But it still doesn't explain the paper dump on your desk. He's got a special case of Diogenes syndrome. Leogenes syndrome. Thank you for input, Alex. There was not progress, it was just a whole conversation. Big boy mug. We're all very funny here. Uh-huh. Seeing it like that made give like devil horn vibes sticking out like that. Alright. What's on my computer? Ignoring the situation on my desk. Hard to do, but go on. See these hunks of junk? Anaya carefully lifts her heavy laptop up and inspects it from the top to bottom as if trying to decide if this is some kind of sick joke. Ahoy, ancient beasts. They are almost 100 years old. That's as modern as our budget can cover. Damn, built to fucking last though. Hardened for Martian radiation, and about as good at holding information as one can expect from this sort of relic. And you still work with that? No way, I've gone through like 4 hard drives with this thing since I started working here. Imagine trusting one of these with your casework. That's all the paperwork. Bingo. And what do you do with it? It's just called Clunk. It was preemptively named like shit. Dax throws himself into the seat, glancing over Anaya as she resumes unpacking. So, that's the CIO. What'd you think? I got to see a bear threatening to punt a lion out the window, and a flaming haunted coffee machine, and it's still not the most ridiculous workplace I've been part of. Or it sounds fun. Fun isn't the word I'd use. So what's it like, the ye old worldy, the old world, because the E wouldn't be pronounced, and also the Y was actually, the thing that we think of as the Y and E was actually the symbol thorn, and the thorn stands for TH, basically, so it actually is just the old world. It's just pronounced the same way. Anaya brushes off the chair. Far less sand and fur for the most part. Oh, you're gonna have your fill of that. I'd invest in heavy-duty vac drone ASAP. You're not gonna win against Martian dust mites. So... Default. Default what? Specs. Why not mix things up with your freshly made free body when you had the chance? I was fine as I was, Dax. Where I was. A chance to turn a new page over in your life, my ass. I didn't have a choice in this. Well, you always have a choice in what you make out of any situation. Oh, I didn't realize my job came with free counseling. Sarcasm me all you want, partner. I'll have your heart yet. Platonically speaking. Unless. Why'd you end up on Mars? Hey, Anaya? If we're going to work together, I need a rundown on how a senior cop ends up hanging out with a shoestring budget department like ours. Worked internal affairs for the police service Northern Ireland half your life, only to get sent to a rundown civil investigation office with the dimpled ass on the dimpled ass of the solar system? Must be something juicy. It wasn't anything special. The department had cuts, my role was made redundant. It happens. Really? Even after 2 decades of service, no junior candidate to fire instead? Well, things were getting too dicey for me. On my last case, I pissed off some people you really shouldn't piss off. I've been in shootouts before, but that one was too close for comfort. Whoa. And you don't even have backups on Earth. I barely made it out. My companion wasn't so lucky. Ah, crap. I'm so sorry. I dragged us into an alley, thinking we'd cheated death one more time, only to discover the screen was cracked. Interior shot. No cloud backups thanks to the budget cuts. Goodbye, trusty beeper phone of 10 years. I cradled it in my arms as it fizzled out. I've not been the same since. Alright, that's 2 fake tragic backstories in 10 minutes. I got you good, huh? Haha, very funny. The only thing that matters is that I'm here now. I want to make the best of it. Where there's a police department, there's work for me to do. If you're serious about helping us put that pigsty in order, I'll be happy to be your partner as long as you'll have me. Thanks, Dax. You'll be a great beeper phone replacement. I get that snarky and aloof is kinda your thing, and you just wanted to murder me on the way here. But I still want to hear about the trip over. I've never been off-world. So are you born here? What are the rules? Can the furry bodies make babies? Alright, let's see. My consciousness was cloned and removed from a physical plane, boxed up in a glorified hard drive and mailed across the void of space. Then I got uploaded to a new meat sack where I waited for 2 hours for the person that's supposed to be my partner. Anaya stops attempting to untie the mess of cable and tosses it back into the box on her desk. What happens to your body? Is that still a person? Is it disposed of? Is it replaced? Does somebody else use it? Are you sitting here as a copy? to do work, but then live a separate life at the same time down there. Anaya stops attempting to untie a mess of cable and tosses it back. I read that already. That's us now. How long are you gonna rub that in my face? I said I'm sorry like 1,000,000 times already. I heard you every single time. Look, kid. I've also had my shape of wild nights. Most of them not before helping a coworker move into a new planet. I spent a month of my life being dead. I'm hungry as hell, and I'm pure melted. There's a hint of what you ought to do next. How about I buy you lunch? Any chance you'll stop glaring daggers at me if I get you some food then? Maybe, if you're lucky. Cool, maybe I'll get to hear about those wild nights of yours while we're at it. Fat chance. Alright, let me see what's on the menu. Dax starts rummaging through a cupboard on his desk looking for stamp cards. Any preferences? I got loyalty cards for Vietnamese, Korean, Italian, Lebanese, and his eyes grow wide for a second, looking at the leaflet mixed up between the rest. It's a brochure of events happening at the park this month. Ooh, this is giving me ideas. Find a coupon for hair gel or something. Excuse you, I've got a subscription for that. No, I was just thinking I have to catch up with a friend. How do you feel about Greek? Sure, I can eat a horse right now. Wording, Anaya. Food. I mean food. Give me food, not a centaur Cool! I know a great little place down by the park district. That said, I could totally introduce you to a few folks later if... Anaya brushes past Dax as she strides the elevator. Shit, hold up. Keyword discarded. Earther. Oh, it's gone. We can no longer use Earther as a conversation point, unifying things. And unfortunately, Centaur Dick was not added to the list of keywords. Yet. It could be an ongoing topic of conversation any day now. Where? Dax slows the car down as he scans the sparse crowd at the park. If you were looking for a food truck, there's one over there. Can't miss it. Big and blocky, no doubt full of the mouth-watering, life-sustaining nutrients I need. Oh, yes. The food. You know, the lunch you owe me? Basically, dinner by now. Oh, yes, the food. Don't you worry. Dax smoothly handles the steering wheel, neatly moving into the only available parking spot. I'll get you the juiciest, tastiest gossip this side of the crater. Good. Wait, come again? Dax slams the brakes. I meant heroes. I think is how you pronounce that, right? Not Giros, it's heroes. Just after I check on my buddy Snifty. What is that name? Sit tight, be right back. Snifty? Who the hell is... This is Snifty. Well, it's Central Park. But Snifty exists somewhere. Hypothetic. Oh my god, it's a little possum. What is that? Is there a security guard? They're not a cop. Snifty, yep. Well, she did get a food truck all the way back there, so that's a good sign. The statue. It's a statue that's going to be unveiled tomorrow. Still veiled. Best heroes in town. Trust me on it. Alright, well, at least she got food at some point. And totally abandoned them for cables? I don't see cables. Are those cables? No, that's the water. Just a big ass tether cable. I don't see the tether cable. I don't know what I'm highlighting there. The pool is just for decoration, and yet some amphibians always use it as a private bathtub. There's the town out there in the distance. A lot of food trucks. Seems kind of out of the way for a place for food trucks to be. Because you want high traffic, or at least to be at a good spot to access. Greetings, Snifty. Yeah, that's a new pose, I think. So friendly. There he is. Always a sight for sore eyes. Eyes that belong? Yeah, I guess we'll say, yeah, this is a missing word. Always a sight for sore eyes that belong to poor, caseless investigators. Snifty is standing in a lush field, blissfully unaware of Dax. The possum seems absorbed in his cup of coffee. If anyone has a lead on what's going on in the city and the loose lips that match, it's Snifty. And that's exactly what I need right now. A lead for a new case to work on. Okay, Dax, play your cards right. Snifty isn't going to talk that easily after the trouble it got him in last time. But he's got to have a lead. Eyes on the prize. Apparently we have not talked to him yet. I thought this was a greeting at first. Wave and shout or sneak up on him. Yeah, let's sneak up on him. He'll love it. Dax sidles up to Snifty's side unheard. Hey, my man. Ah! When startled, Snifty is more reminiscent of a small rodent than the possum he is. Are possums not... They're marsupials, aren't... No. Because we don't have marsupial... Wait. Yes? Are possums... It does auto-complete to are possums marsupials. Yes, possums are marsupials, which means they're not rodents. I'm so smart! I remembered. There we go. Coffee goes flying right out of his cup. Dax! Whoops, let me... Dax gallantly produces a tissue to blot Snifty's stained uniform. So, you got something for me?
Oh, what do you mean? Anywho, are those teens loitering by the scaffolding? I better patrol over there. Toodles.
Snifty starts sprinting. Hang on. Chase after him. This will only improve your relations if you chase him like a predator. Dax barrels after Snifty across the wide open lawn. A lion chasing after a possum. Only both on two legs and neither are in their natural ecosystem. The few park visitors politely pretending to be looking at their phones. Wait! I'm a persistent hunter, not a sprinter. Maybe my next buddy is gonna be a cheetah. Snifty abruptly changes direction, running straight at the fountain. You wouldn't think a little possum man could run that fast, but his short legs are a blur. He better not be going for an afternoon swim. My mane is blow dry only. Snifty leaps across the corner of the fountain pool with the grace of a deer. FA's Dax tries to follow. He slips. Scrambles desperately to get his feet under him. And slam! Face plants onto the other side with the grace of a toast landing jam side down. Ugh.
Dax, are you okay? You're not hurt, are you?
Snifty, I thought we were good.
Well, for your information... No! You got me into quite the pickle last time, asking for all that confidential information. You're not police anymore, after all.
I know. I'm sorry I got you in trouble. But I did catch that officer taking bribes, didn't I?
That's true, I guess.
Justice prevailed, thanks to you.
I guess. But you know how the Force is. Internal matters should stay, well, internal.
I guess the security character is police, and it's not just security. Also, the badge doesn't flip when he flips. So the text is all backwards.
Dietrich really didn't like that, you know? He'd rather you just came back.
Dietrich. Of course he would say that. But so what? All the two of us did was catch a crook. That's not our problem. So, hear anything about more crooks lately?
Dax, this time I really...
Maybe a little lead?
I really don't know anything. Besides, because...
An itty-bitty lead.
I'm not on Dietrich's squad.
Please? Wait, what? Come again? You're left out.
No, Deidre said that I have this very important job making sure the statue unveiling goes smoothly. After all, the park is like my turf. I know it better than anyone. So, of course, I gotta make sure everything stays perfectly perfect until then. I totally understand why he's investigating that biomech incident by himself.
Oh. Looks like he is up for slipping me a little tip off. He just doesn't know it. Subtle or direct. So we're trying to pry it out of him now. Of course, you're keeping the place safe, and Dietrich is... I really should just start actually just waiting for the real dialogue. Of course, you're the one keeping an eye on the statue. You're so good at it. Got those real good peepers.
Geez, you think so?
And you got Dietrich's back, so he can... Dax makes a go-on motion with his hand.
Right, so, you know biomech, the big underwater mechs. I got a ping the other day that, like, the operator went missing during deep crater work.
Hang on, that sounds an awful lot like a labor incident. Why is Dietrich's crime unit on that?
So, like, you're right. It's not what we normally do, but Dietrich said we'd be taking care of it ourselves. Isn't he amazing? He's so fast with his cases, he even goes out of his way to pick up more work. Anything for our city, he said. Isn't that just so dreamy?
Sure. Yeah. So dreamy.
Well, we heard from the company that the mech is currently on autopilot back landside. Our officers will be boarding at 7 a.m. once it's safely docked.
Out of the corner of his eye, Dax sees Anaya marching towards him. Oh, I nearly forgot. Thanks a ton, Snifty. Good luck with all that. I'm off to get some heroes. And he's gone. Well, he leaked everything. He's very bad at his job. Just so bad at his job. He's gonna get double demoted. Now he's not gonna be statue guy. He's gonna be, I don't know. Watch the porty potties by the fair, Snifty. Can't fuck this one up. That flower is clipping through that plant. And it's the closest thing to the camera. Dax dutifully orders heroes with Anaya glaring daggers at his back from a distance. Well, that didn't work. Still happening. Okay, this case could be nothing much, but my gut tells me it's a big one. Do I really need her to tag along? No, Dax, you can't ditch her. The boss would have my hide. Literally this time. Besides, it's not Anaya's fault she's stuck here. Dax is ripped from his thoughts by 2 orders of heroes being dropped in front of his face. He collects them and traipses back to Anaya. Hey, Anaya, sorry. Here I am with your dinner. Bon appetit. French. That took 20 minutes of harassing a bipedal possum, did it? Yes, but for good reason. Which would be... exercise with friends makes the food taste better? Sounded more like getting intel from your informant than exercising with your pal. I should have figured you could spot that from a mile away, Miss Internal Affairs. And you, Mr. Ex-Cop, weren't you the one giving me shit about my former profession just this morning? Oh, heard that too, huh? Sure you didn't spring for those super hearing mods? It's true. Not proud of it now, but I was on the force. Barely made it through the academy, and quit soon after, though. It just got to be too much. I joined because I wanted to make a difference. Make life here better. Instead, I got first-hand taste of how cops treat cops that don't fall in line. See? That's the kind of behavior I was investigating in the force on Earth. I was finding ways to stomp it out. Yeah, sorry. Don't see how that's remotely realistic. Worked out well for you, didn't it? Whatever, lad. I'm too damn hungry for this conversation. I'm having my heroes now. Fill me in on the intel or don't. Suit yourself. Alright, sorry. Well, I'm not certain what it is we've got on our hands, but we should definitely check it out. I'll pick you up bright and early. So dig in and afterwards enjoy a good night's sleep in 3.73 G. That's a lot of G. That's a lot of G. Does everyone weigh 3 times as much as normal? Is that the thing? I'm pretty sure that 1 G is just literally 1 Earth gravity. Is supposed to be what that metric means. Why does it weigh so much on Mars? Isn't Mars smaller and further from... I don't know why I just implied that further from the sun affects gravity of the planet. I thought Mars was smaller than Earth. Is it not? Do gravity on Mars. This is a fun day. 3.3 meters per second. It's about 38% the gravity of Earth. I think that might be a mistake. Yeah, the gravitational acceleration on Mars is 3.73 meters per second squared, whereas on Earth it's 9.8 meters per second squared, if I remember correctly from all the physics calculations I had to do in college and stuff. Which I think makes... If it's 38% the gravity of Earth, I think that means that it's 0.38 Gs on Earth. Gravity on Mars, how many Gs? 0.38 G. Yeah, so I think that's just a science mistake. There we go. I did all of the Googling, and I'll just DM the creator. I'll do it right now. I'm not a fucking coward. I think Mars is 0.38 Gs, not 3.73. There we go. Because it's lower gravity. I remember vaguely being a student and stuff. There we go. Got the decimal point mood, says chat. No, I don't think the decimal point's off. They were saying the gravitational acceleration, but the acceleration in square meters per second is not what a G is. Because I'm pretty sure I closed the tab already. I'm pretty sure that Earth is 1 G. It's literally just a way of measuring gravity compared to Earth, basically. Venus is 0.9, the moon is 0.16. Yeah, Earth is 1 G. Because literally a unit of comparing things to Earth. And I'm like, the gravity is not almost 4 times heavier on Mars. Something has went wrong here. Isn't Dawn gorgeous out here? Beautiful. Really gives you a whole new outlook on the red planet. Sure. If Earthers had seen Mars at this time of day, they would have gone with purple, don't you think? Not really, no. Anaya takes a long sip of coffee, of the coffee Dax brought for her. It's late for coffee. I guess he just started existing, though. Yeah, how does... If you were just born at the age of 40, what time of day does it feel like right now? That's got to be weird to try to adjust to the day night and everything, and like when you start and whatever, blah blah blah. When I agreed to head out here with you, I did not expect it to be at 5 in the morning. Is it 5 in the morning? None the wiser to her suffering, Dax opens the glove box of his car and produces a few colorful pamphlets for Anaya to peruse. Biomech Museum. Come along on a magical underwater journey with the builders of Mars. Opening hours, 9 to... Oh, we time skip to tomorrow after the sleep. That's why there's a coffee, because it's the morning, and it's 5 in the morning because they're waking up early to investigate this thingy. I'm very smart. Opening hours, 9 to 20. 9 o'clock, 900 to 2000. 2000? Did they say it that way when they talk about the 24-hour clock? I'm not military or European. Dax, what is the meaning of this? Look, we're kind of in the rush here. If I say workplace accident, CIO, business, corrupt cops, and hijacked case in the same sentence, will you agree to go?
Anaya takes... Whoops. This is a narration that says it's Anaya saying it. Anaya takes a deep breath. She clicks her tongue, looking anywhere but at Dax. She proceeds to whip out her phone and start tapping something onto it. What are you writing there? My report. There's a good chance as any to start taking notes of my beloved new partner. Hey, I'm not bringing you along to I'm not bringing you along to badmouth me. Of course not. You very diligently informed me of your plan so that I can supervise you and pass this information on to upper management on your behalf. You better fill me in on the proper way now. Or do you prefer grandiose delusions or delusions of grandeur? I really did. I'm not pronouncing it well. You better fill me in the proper way. Now, do you prefer grandiose delusions or delusions of grandeur? Just you wait. I'm gonna show you delusions. There we go. The first rays of sunlight break past Mars's light atmosphere, turning the caldera into a mirror. That sounds upsetting. Just the eye flash binging. Anaya stretches her arms and legs as she makes her way out of the car. Whew, we made it on time. On time for what? Don't tell me this was really just a ploy to get me to come watch the sunrise with. The entire ground starts trembling. Strong waves follow soon after. Anaya looks at Dax, thoroughly terrified and ready to dart off. His little smirk does little to reassure her. The pristine surface of the lake shakes and roars before finally exploding into a waterfall. A titan erupts from the depths of the caldera, headed for the docks. Oh, it's a caldera because it's full of okay, it's full of water. Animation? 3D animation. I saw the trembling background and for a second there I thought a full 2D animation was going to start playing. What is that? That thing? You would do that? Son of a... That, milady, is a bow mech. A beautiful mech piloted by one of our finest engineers. Or in other words, one of the big crabs that creep along the lake to help with terraforming. You're saying it was in the lake all this time and there's more? Wanted to get back at me for the report thing, did you? I have the right to remain silent. Dax looks wistful for a moment as he watches the tower-shaped mech dock into the contiguous Biotechnology's Lakeside compound. Hopefully that'll be your worst surprise today. Sounds like you're expecting way worse. Can I get the rundown now? What do a bunch of cops have to do with a workplace accident? Cordoning off the area, probably. If you mean to tell me that's where the accident happened, looks like a proper engineering nightmare. Okay, let me rephrase. Why would a shining, heroic police captain issue an order to hijack a fairly standard labor case from the CIO? I can't say for sure without more context, but deciding to get directly involved doesn't necessarily ring any alarms for me. Police investigations take time. And they're only made all the longer by fragile egos and petty internal fights. Come on. You don't think it's a little suspicious? Early morning, docks, this far away from the city center, with a company that deals in machines that spend weeks at a time hiding around underwater caches. You think it's a smuggling operation of some kind, then? I'm not sure about that. I don't think the top dog of Pavonis PD would let himself get involved in something, so... Obvious? Dax blinks, suddenly taken aback by Anaya's intervention. You got history with him, don't you? Yeah. This isn't a personal vendetta, like. No, that's exactly why I'm here. I want to make sure I'm not jumping to conclusions. I think you've already took that leap a while ago. Anaya turns her frown to the surrounding area. We're way too early anyway. There's no one here to investigate. Nothing wrong with having a look-see. CIO official business and all.
We've got a right to be here. Official Howe, aren't you from the Police Affairs Department? Why are you dealing with a labor case? You know, our guy in charge of labor affairs is dead at the moment, so I figured, hey, I'm just gonna take a quick peek. This sort of falls within my jurisdiction. Sort of. Their labor affairs guy is dead? Does the police know that? If they're potentially doing corrupt things tied to labor? Don't think we have next to kin laws in the CIO, do we? You're acting an awful bleh. You're acting an awful lot like the cop you're trying. You're acting an awful lot like the cop you're trying to one-up, lad. You think the director ought to throw a fit just because they took one of our cases? Procedure exists for a reason. There's smarter ways to go about this. Dax checks his beeper phone. They actually do call it that. I thought it was a jokey thing that Anaya called it. To retrieve his late night research with details on how to access the main gate. You can tell me all about them in your report. So who's hijacking cases again? Like, I'll hijack it back. I like these stylized ways of introducing each location. Welcome to Bound Technologies' Lakeside compound, the lazy school trip organizer's first choice. Okay, I think we're gonna let this be the next episode's location we explore. But yeah, this has been Mars Vice. You can check this out via the Steam link in the description if you want to play ahead and check out the full game for yourself. I'm gonna be taking a break and coming back next episode, guys. So thanks for watching like always, guys, and I'll see you next time.